Righty then, this is Grahamlet 4.0 MVP, 97.5% memorized, no listening devices in my ears, no text on the computer screen, no text printed out up here anywhere. It's nothing. What's the fudge? Ugh. Right? Just from memory. 3.5. He will come straight. Look, you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me even here. Pray you be round with him. How wouldn't you, Femino? Straw, I hear him coming. Mabel! Mabel! Now, mother. Now, mother. What's the matter? Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended. Mother, you have my father much offended. Go, you answer with a... Go, oh, come, you answer with an idle tongue. Come, you answer with an idle tongue. Go, you... No, wait. Go, you question with a wicked tongue. Why, now, Hamlet, what's the matter now? Have you forgot me? No, but the rude, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother. Nay, then also those to you that can speak. Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you. What would thou do? Thou would thou murder me? What, help! And now, rat? Dead for a ducat, dead! Oh, I'm slain! Oh, me, what hast thou done? Nay, no, not. Is it the king? Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this! A bloody deed? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother. As kill a king? Hi, lady, 'twas my word. A wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy as some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down. And let me wring your heart. For so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff, if damned custom hath not brassed it so that it is proof and bulwark against sense. And what have I done? Wait. What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me? Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dice's oaths. Oh, such a deed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words, heaven's face doth glow, or the solidity and compound mass, with tristful visages with tristful visages against the doomest thoughts at the act. Hi me, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index? Look here upon this picture, and on this. The counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars, to threaten or command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination in a form indeed where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed, and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble, and waits upon the judgment, and what judgment would stoop from this to this? Sense sure you have, else you could not have motion, but sure that sense is apoplexed, for madness would not err. Nor sense to ecstasy was ne'er so thrall, but it was of some quantity of choice to serve in such a difference. What devil was it, that thus hath cozened you at hoodman blind? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling, sans all, but a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh, shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, the flaming youth let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame when the compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will. Oh, Hamlet, speak to me no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their taint. Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty. Oh, speak no more. These words like daggers into mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet, a murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket. No more, a king of shreds and patches. Save me, hover on me with your wings, you heavenly God. What would your gracious figure? Alas, he's mad. Do not you come your tardy son to chide, that lapsed in time and passion, let's go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say! Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits, step between her and a fighting soul, conceit in weakest bodies, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet. How is it with you, lady? Alas, how is it with you? But you bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air to hold discourse. Forth at your eyes your spirits wildly peep, and, as like the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your bedded hair like life and excrement start up and stand on end. Oh, gentle son, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look? On him, on him. Look you how pale he glares. His cause and form conjoined preaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will want true colour, tears perchance for blood. To whom do you speak this? Do you see nothing there? Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see. Nor do you see nothing here? No, nothing but ourselves. Why look you there, where he goes, even now. Why, look you there. Look how it steals away. My father in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes even now out of the portal. This is the very coinage of your brain. This ecstasy, this is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy, is very cunning in ecstasy. My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time and makes us healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and neither matter will reword which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul that not your trespass but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film the ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption, mining all within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven, repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost or the weeds to make them ranker. Forgive me this my virtue, for in the fatness of these pursy times, virtue itself a vice must pardon beg, yea, curb and woo for leave to do him good. Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain. Oh, throw away the worser part, and live the purer with the other half. Good night, mother, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue, if you have it not. That monster custom, who all sense doth eat, of habit's devil is angel yet in this. That to the use of actions fair and good he likewise gives a frock or livery that aptly is put on. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, to the next more easy. For use almost can change the stamp of nature, and either rein the devil or throw him out with wondrous potency. Oh, one word more, good lady. What shall I do? Not this by no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed, pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers make you to ravel all this matter out. That I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. To a good you let him know, for who that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, from a bat, a jib, such dear concerning sight, who would do so? No, in despite of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket on the house's top, let the birds fly, and like the famous ape, to try conclusions, in the basket creep and break your own neck down. Be thou assured, if words be made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe, what thou hast said to me. I must to England, you know that? Oh, lack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on. This letter sealed. And my 2 schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will Adders fanged, they bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Let it work. For 'tis the sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard, and it shall go hard, but I will delve 1 yard below their minds, and below them at the moon. 'Tis most sweet when in one line 2 crafts directly meet. This man shall set me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbour room. Mother, good night indeed. This counsellor is now most still, most secret, and most grave. Yeah, no, I missed something there. It was, once more good night. I must be cruel and to be kind. No, once more good night. And when thou desirest to be blessed, our blessing bake of you. For this same Lord I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be their scourge and minister. I will bestow him, and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind. 1 word more, good lady. And then blah blah blah. Break your own neck down. Be thou assured. Miss of England. Oh, like I forgot. So concluded. This letter sealed. Schoolfellows. This man shall send me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbour room. Mother, good night. Indeed. This counsellor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, and draw toward an end with you. Good night, Mother.